I received a call at approximately 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m. that morning from a reporter that said, "Do you want to comment about your daughter?" I had no idea what they were talking about. They woke me up. And that's how I found out that she had died.
McHenry, a close longtime friend of Irvin E.J. Johnson, Magic Johnson's son, was found in the early morning hours of Tuesday, August 14th, 8 days after her 26th birthday.
I will always love and cherish this movie. It's one of the movies when I was moving and grooving and stuff, so it meant a lot to me at the time. Still means a lot to me now. Unfortunately, it came from a real place with the director. Doug McHenry's daughter's name is Lyric. So that's where the name came from.
Okay.
But she was tragically killed in an accident while pregnant.
He worked on both Obama campaigns. This girl was a leader.
She just very much wanted to make a better world.
On the run, the man suspected of giving pregnant reality star Lyric McHenry the fatal mix of heroin, then leaving her body to die on a New York sidewalk, has fled.
They found hair inside of her system, which is something that my sister would never, ever, ever go near.
Police say there were no obvious signs of trauma on her body, leaving detectives wondering what could have happened and hoping this man holds the key to figuring that out.
Did someone give this to her? You know, did someone put this in her drink? How did this get into her system?
Hey y'all, so between editing videos, researching cases, and just trying to find time to unwind, I've found a new little obsession that I have to share with you.
It's called Solitaire Smash Real Cash. And yes, it's a free mobile game that is available on iOS and Galaxy Store, where your skill actually earns you real money. No ads, no pay-to-win tricks, just straight up strategy and fun.
I've been playing it during my breaks, and y'all, I've actually won real dollars.
You can compete in tournaments for virtual currency or real cash prizes. They actually have tournaments that run 24/7, and you can join in anytime and compete against real players and win real money.
I even challenged a couple of my friends, and you know, they said I'm undefeated.
And when I say you can cash out, I mean it. Look at this, I withdrew my winnings straight to PayPal. No delays, no drama. Some games pay out up to $100 if you win a big tournament. And I mean, who couldn't use an extra $100?
So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description or scan the QR code. And when you sign up, make sure you use my promo code LEAHG so you can receive a bonus. 300 gems and 20 cents to start winning real cash.
Whether you're chilling at home, waiting in line, or just need a break from the scroll, this is a fun way to pass time and make a little extra cash.
So go ahead and scan that QR code or click the link in the description. Download Solitaire Smash Real Cash and let me know down in the comments how much you won. Alright, back to the video, and don't forget to grab your bonus and start smashing. Again, thank you so much to Solitaire Smash for sponsoring today's episode.
Lyric McHenry was born into a creative, socially conscious family in Los Angeles. Her father, Doug McHenry, is a film producer known for New Jack City and Jason's Lyric. She attended elite schools like the Center for Early Education and Marlborough School, where she stood out for her intellect, leadership, and charisma. At Stanford University, Lyric majored in comparative studies in race and ethnicity with a pre-law focus. She was deeply engaged in campus life, studied abroad in Paris, became fluent in French, and wrote her final paper on 12 years of slave invisibility theory, reflecting her passion for media as a tool for social change. Lyric's career was as dynamic as her academic path. At 15, she interned for Barack Obama's presidential campaign, igniting her interest in civic engagement. She later worked at United Talent Agency, Refinery 29, and Complex Networks, producing content on race, identity, and pop culture. Her standout series, Lingo with Lyric, broke down cultural terms and encourage dialogue.
Hello everyone, I'm Lyric and this is my show. I was just texting my boyfriend. Yay. Today, we're going to talk about the phrase post-race. For many people, this election was a huge wake-up call. A wake-up call from a deep, deep sleep that I believe was induced in part by the belief that we're in a post-racial society. So what is post-race? I decided to take to the streets of New York and find out.
We're talking about important issues.
Oh, important issues. We need to find some important issues.
Right, some more important issues than
got
race.
it.
Have you ever heard post-race before?
Never heard of it.
I know nothing.
You know nothing about race.
I know nothing.
Have you heard that? I haven't heard that.
I don't think I've heard that.
No. Oh, you mean presidential race or?
Oh, no.
I've heard my uncle speak about it a few times, but I didn't really listen.
In what context did you hear it?
Surrounding the election, it's just thrown around in there. It's interesting. What is it exactly?
In 2016, she appeared on an e-reality show with her sister and friends. She was known as the calm, grounded voice in a glamorous circle.
You felt so good.
Thank you. So are you shooing their glasses?
Yeah, did you ever see the 3-lens glasses that Prince wore?
Yes.
So we designed those. These are the original ones that Prince wore, and then we re-engineered them for the public. So we made it so the third rim is removable, so you can wear with 2 lenses or with 3.
Hey guys, thank you. I would consider Maya and Lyric like my sisters. Maya and Lyric are sisters. Maya's more of the creative, the photographer. She goes to the news school. And then Lyric, she went to Stanford. She has a real job. Lyric and Maya are just different.
Behind the scenes, she was developing her own film projects and preparing to apply to business school to merge her passions for media, activism, and entrepreneurship. Lyric's personal life included a relationship with fellow Stanford student Charles Mulimu, which ended in 2017. He later claimed that the pressures of fame and the party scene contributed to their breakup. According to Charles, before joining the show, Lyric wasn't involved with drugs, and the two had even discussed marriage. He alleged that the environment introduced her to substances she hadn't used before and encouraged heavy partying. However, her family and friends disputed any suggestion of serious drug use, describing her instead as a social user who worked hard and enjoyed life. However, in August 2018, Lyric traveled to New York to celebrate her 26th birthday with her sister Maya and close friends. The night included stops at upscale venues like the Frederick Hotel and Dream downtown. Around 1 a.m., she stepped outside to help someone at the door, and that was the last time Lyric was ever seen alive again.
This is a pretty isolated area here in the Bronx. I mean, just take a look. We're right over the Major Deegan and the Cross Bronx Expressway. Social media postings show that McHenry was out with friends the night before in Lower Manhattan. So how is it that she wound up here on a sidewalk in the South Bronx? That's what police want to know.
On August 13, 2018, Lyric was in New York City celebrating her 26th birthday. Wearing a pink slip dress gifted by her mother, she posted joyful Instagram stories of herself, dancing and laughing with friends. She visited several upscale venues but ended the night at Dream downtown. Everyone was having a good time that night. Drinks were flowing, but Maya said she tried to pace herself while Lyric drank a bit more. Still, Maya kept an eye on her, making sure she stayed hydrated and was okay, but also wanted her to enjoy her birthday. At one point, Lyric told Maya she was going downstairs to help a friend get into the club. Maya didn't want her to go. Lyric was already tipsy, and getting back upstairs could be tough. But she went anyway, and a little while later, Lyric called. "They're not letting me back upstairs," she said. Maya told her, "Just come back. It's your birthday." But Lyric replied, "No, I'm just gonna go," and hung up. That was the last time Maya heard from her. To this day, she still doesn't know who Lyric went downstairs to find.
She texted a couple friends to meet up, and they wanted her to come downstairs because the club that we were at was very hard to get into. By the time I got everybody together, we went downstairs and she was not there anymore.
Surveillance footage showed Lyric leaving the hotel around 2 a.m. and hesitantly getting into a white BMW with 3 men.
She walks up like she recognizes whoever's in the car, and she decides not to get in the car. And then she goes back to the club. There's a little interval, and then she decides to turn around and come back.
3 hours later, around 5 a.m., Lyric was found unconscious on a Bronx sidewalk above the Major Deegan Expressway, nearly 9 miles from the Dream Hotel where her night began. No one had called 911. Police discovered her by chance. She had scraped knees and was still wearing the pink dress from her birthday, despite early reports claiming otherwise. She was rushed to Bronx Lebanon Hospital, where she was pronounced deceased. The timeline between her last known whereabouts and the discovery of her body remains murky, and many questions about what happened during those critical hours are still unanswered. At around 8:30 a.m., Maya received a call from New York police detectives. Her father received a similar call, but it came from a journalist.
I told him that I was meeting with detectives and I didn't know what it was regarding. And then he told me that my sister was in the hospital and that she was gone. I completely lost it after that.
The autopsy revealed Lyric died from an accidental overdose of cocaine, heroin, and alcohol, and that she was 20 weeks pregnant, a revelation that stunned everyone close to her.
She would have told somebody that she was pregnant, and they would have told me, and she definitely wouldn't have been drinking alcohol. They found heroin inside of her system, which is something that my sister would never, ever, ever go near. Ever.
No one in her circle knew. Her family even expressed doubt, saying she showed no visible signs and never mentioned it. Her Instagram videos from that birthday night, and even from the months before, show someone with a very small frame.
Best guess is she was not aware that she was pregnant because she didn't look pregnant.
This discovery remains one of the most puzzling parts of the case, fueling speculation about who the father was and whether he had any connection to that night. 2 weeks after the incident, police released surveillance footage showing a man who appeared to be walking near Dream. Investigators believe he supplied her with the fatal drugs. When authorities traced him to an apartment complex in Florida, he fled before they could arrest him, according to an exclusive report from Daily Mail. Officials believe he fled to the Dominican Republic.
Now to a Daily Mail TV exclusive, On the Run. The man suspected of giving pregnant reality star Lyric McHenry the fatal mix of heroin and cocaine, then leaving her body to die on a New York sidewalk, has fled, and only we know where he is. Chris Fargo joins us now from our New York newsroom with new details. Chris?
Jesse, Daily Mail TV has learned exclusively that the man captured in this security footage was identified by authorities and traced to a Florida apartment complex. When authorities made arrangements for the man to be apprehended, he was not arrested in Florida because they discovered he had fled, being evicted just days prior for writing bad checks. He is now at large once more, with authorities working hard to locate him, and is believed he supplied the pregnant reality star with that fatal cocktail of drugs. Daily Mail TV can also reveal that McHenry's boyfriend is not one of the 3 men seen in the video. This is according to her father, Doug, and that prosecutors could be looking to charge the other 2 men seen in the video with second-degree murder for their, quote, depraved indifference.
About 2 months later, 29-year-old Alexis Mejia Ramirez walked into a Bronx police station. He told detectives he was sorry it took so long to turn himself in. He said he was scared. Alexis was already in trouble with the law. On August 5th, a week before Lyric's death, he allegedly kissed a 15-year-old at a playground and fled when confronted. He was arrested and initially charged with endangering the welfare of a child. Later, the Bronx District Attorney's Office added a third-degree sexual abuse charge, according to online records. In Lyric's case, he was arrested and charged with concealment of a human corpse and evidence tampering, though he later pleaded not guilty to both. As of today, his case appears to have stalled. Lyric and Alexis had no prior connection. His attorney confirmed they'd never met. However, Alexis admitted being with Lyric when she died and claimed he and 2 unidentified men moved her body to the Bronx. Those men remain unidentified, with only vague nicknames and descriptions.
The people in that car are not only possible witnesses, but they are also very likely the last people to have seen her alive. There's an indication that the heroin was what actually led to her death.
If they were responsible for giving her those drugs and they saw her have a reaction to it and just left her there, then that's like, you killed her.
It was Lyric's choice to get in that car. But once she's helpless and in distress, that's a problem. And that's murder.
As of October 2025, there have been no new updates. Lyric's father disputes the official account, suggesting the drugs may have been planted and that failing to seek help amounts to murder. He continues to demand justice and a deeper investigation.
Whoever did this obviously placed that bag. If she used it all, more than likely it was infrequent partying. The least you could have done was call 911. It also would have given my daughter a shot, a chance. So either you were so scared you didn't think about it, or more than likely it was so calculated that you didn't give a shit. And that's what really rubs me the wrong way. It was a privilege to be her father. That's what I felt.
If you have any information about what happened to Lyric McHenry, please contact the NYPD Crime Stoppers at 1-800-577-TIPS or submit a tip online at crimestoppers.nypdonline.org. Even the smallest detail could help bring answers and justice.
I know I say this all the time, but again, this is absolutely devastating. I will continue to keep my thoughts and prayers with the family and friends of Lyric. 26 is a very young age. This young lady did so much in that little time. I can only imagine what was next for her. All my creatives and people that are just social, that like to go out and like to have a good time, I just want you guys to make sure you keep your head on a swivel. I used to have a lady that wrote me that every single time I posted, and I never knew how important it is. You can be completely innocent of something and come out as a victim in some of these environments. You have to watch yourself and you have to watch the people around you. Always have a buddy system. School started, I think homecoming is around this time. October, November is homecoming season. Watch folks, okay? Please. I'm not somebody that's gonna judge what folks do because people don't do what they do. When I was in college, I experimented. Understand, when you match with folks, you can't match with everybody because they might not be on what you be on. If y'all can read what I'm saying and hear what I'm saying. You gotta bring your own bottle, bring your own bottle. I just want you guys to be careful, because they're lacing everything these days. And there's anything you learn from this video and from this conversation, at least take away the buddy system. Over the years, I've listened to a lot of women speak on these platforms and talk to young women. And one thing I hear them say the most is, when you go out alone. Don't go out there and search for something that you can't come back from. Being at these bars and at these hotels by yourself, if you're listening to this woman online say this, don't you think the men that ain't got it all together also listening to it? Be careful. If you're naive and you know your discernment is not all the way together, you do not need to go anywhere alone. This has nothing to do with the video, but it's something that I see a lot, and our decisions these days are life or death. I do not want to talk your head off, but it's just something that has been on my mind. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Let's please respect the family and the victim in the comments. I love you all dearly. And with that being said, please don't forget to check on your loved ones.